Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, friends. Welcome back to Dana's World. Last time, we saw how Yusuf's incredible patience and trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala turned his darkest moments into opportunities for growth. From prison to the palace, he emerged as a trusted advisor to the king. But what happens when Yusuf's past comes knocking on his door? The brothers who betrayed him are now standing before him, hungry, desperate, and unaware of who he truly is. What will Yusuf do? Will he reveal himself to them? Get ready for another heart-pounding chapter of forgiveness, tests, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's perfect plan. Do you remember the king's dream that Yusuf alayhi salam explained? It happened exactly as Yusuf alayhi salam said it. For 7 years, Egypt enjoyed plenty of food. Yusuf alayhi salam, with wisdom from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, taught the people to store the grain in its husks, keep it safe and fresh. His advice saved Egypt when the hard times came. Then the years of little food arrived, and the hunger spread far and wide. People from all around, even from other countries, came to Egypt hoping to get grain for food. Yusuf alayhi salam, kind and fair, ensured that no one left empty-handed. Picture this, a bustling marketplace in Egypt, with traders shouting prices, camels loaded with goods, and the scent of spices filling the air. Yusuf, now in charge of Egypt's food supplies, oversees the distribution of grain during the famine times. One day, as he was taking care of things, a group of travelers arrived. Their clothes dusty from the long journey. Yusuf's heart skipped a beat. These men, they look so familiar. Could it be? Yes, it's his brothers. They've come to Egypt, not knowing that the man standing before them is the very brother they threw into the dark well years ago. Yusuf remains calm and composed. His brothers don't recognize him, but he recognized them instantly. Memories of their betrayal flood his mind. But Yusuf's faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keeps his heart steady. Instead of revealing his identity, he decides to test them. He greets them kindly, asking about their homeland and family. The brothers explain their dire situation and request grain. Yusuf listens carefully, noting their mention of a younger brother, Benjamin, back home. An idea begins to form in his mind, a way to bring the family back together and uncover their true hearts. Yusuf alayhi salam welcomed his brothers and provided them with grain, but told them that if they wanted more grain, they must bring their youngest brother next time. The brothers hesitated, knowing their father, Prophet Yaqub alayhi salam, was deeply protective over Benjamin, the youngest sibling, especially after the loss of Yusuf alayhi salam. However, they agreed, realizing they had no choice. Before the brothers left, Yusuf secretly instructed his servants to return the goods they had used to purchase grain to their staff. When the brothers discovered this on their way home, they were worried. What will the ruler think of us? They asked each other. We must return with Benjamin to prove our honesty. Prophet Yaqub hesitated to send Benjamin to Egypt, fearing he might lose another cherished son. The brothers vowed to protect Benjamin with their lives. After much hesitation, Yaqub entrusted them with Benjamin's safety, placing his trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When the brothers arrived in Egypt with Benjamin, Yusuf was emotionally overwhelmed at seeing him after so many years. Yusuf leaned to Benjamin and whispered softly, "I'm your brother Yusuf. Do not fear, trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's plan." Benjamin's heart filled with comfort and joy, but Yusuf kept his identity a secret from the others as he prepared for a final test to reveal their true character. As the brothers prepared to leave with their sacks of grain, Yusuf created a plan to keep Benjamin with him. He secretly instructed his servants to place the king's silver cup in Benjamin's sack. Once the brothers set off, guards hurried after them, accusing them of theft. "Stop! The king's silver cup is missing!" they cried. Shocked and offended, the brothers protested. "We are not thieves. Search our belongings, and if the cup is found with anyone, then he shall remain here as a servant." The search began with the eldest and moved down the line as a disguise. The brothers were stunned and devastated when the cup was found in Benjamin's sack. The brothers begged Yusuf to release Benjamin. They said, "Take one of us in his place. Indeed, we see you as one of the good doers. He has an aged father who will suffer greatly if we return without him," they begged. This moment revealed their transformation. They were no longer the selfish siblings who abandoned Yusuf but had grown into protectors of their family. After Benjamin was accused of theft and ordered to stay in Egypt, the brothers were desperate to defend themselves. They said if he had stolen, a brother of his had stolen before him. They were referring to an old family story about Yusuf. As children, Yusuf was once misunderstood for taking a small item from their grandmother. An innocent act they twisted to justify Benjamin's situation. Unaware, they were speaking to Yusuf himself. The brothers unfairly used the story against him. Although their words hurt him deeply, Yusuf remained composed and patient. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's plan was still unfolding, he said to himself, "You accuse me unfairly, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows the truth, and He will bring the story to its perfect end." When the brothers realized they couldn't take Benjamin home, despair overtook them. The eldest brother was burdened by their past sin of abandoning Yusuf and knew their father would never recover if they lost Benjamin as well. With a heavy heart, he made his decision that he would not leave this land of Egypt until his father said so, or until Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would find him a way out. He urged his brothers to explain only what they saw to their father, and that they could not have known the future. The other brothers, their heads hanging in chains, left for Canaan, while the eldest remained behind, determined to honor his promise to his dad this time, unlike at the time of Yusuf. The brothers returned to their father with the sad news. Prophet Yaqub cried, grieving Benjamin's loss. "Oh, how I grieve for Yusuf!" His sorrow blinded him, yet his faith remained firm. "Perhaps Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bring them all back to me," he said, clinging to hope. He urged the brothers not to lose hope in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy, and to return and look for Yusuf and his brother. He also advised them to enter the city through different gates. The brothers obeyed. Guilt and determination weighed on them. When Yusuf saw the deep regret in his brothers' eyes and sensed the sincerity in their softened hearts, he knew the moment had arrived to reveal his true identity. He stepped forward and said, "Do you remember what you did to Yusuf and his brother when you were ignorant?" The brothers were struck with a sudden realization, their memories flashing back to the dark moments of their betrayal. They said, "Are you indeed Yusuf?" With a voice filled with emotion, Yusuf continued, "I am Yusuf, and this is my brother Benjamin. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has been gracious to us." The brothers stood frozen in shock. Their guilt and awe made them speechless. Finally, they admitted with humility, "Indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has preferred you over us, and we are truly in the wrong." Yusuf with his grace and forgiveness nature, reassured them with kindness that everything would be okay and that there would be no more hardship for them, making them feel more regretful than ever. After revealing his identity, Yusuf handed his brothers his shirt and instructed them to place it on their father's throat, promising that it would restore his eyesight. He also asked them to bring their entire family to join him in Egypt. As the brothers journeyed back to Canaan, Prophet Yaqub still grieving his lost son, slowly said, I could smell Yusuf's scent. If only you could understand what I feel. Those around him, filled with doubt, dismissed his words. But Yaqub salam's unwavering hope remained. When the brothers arrived and placed Yusuf's shirt on their father's face, his eyesight was miraculously restored, and his sorrow transformed into overwhelming joy. The family eagerly began preparing to travel to Egypt, overjoyed at the thought of reuniting with Yusuf alayhi salam. In Egypt, the reunion was filled with joy and love. Yusuf alayhi salam embraced his parents, and his heart was full of gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when his brothers bowed before him in respect. Yusuf alayhi salam realized that this moment fulfilled his dream as a boy. The vision of 11 stars, sun and the moon bowing down to him. He said, this is the fulfillment of my dream. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took me out of the well, reunited me with my family, and protected me throughout all the hardships. The story of Yusuf alayhi salam teaches us about faith, patience, and trusting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's plans. Despite the challenges he faced, Yusuf alayhi salam rose above them with resilience and forgiveness, proving that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy is always present, even in the darkest times. He and his family lived together happily ever after with peace, and their faith stronger than ever. Thank you for watching Dana's World. We hope you enjoyed learning about the story of Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam. Stay tuned for our next episode, where we'll dive into the inspiring story of Prophet Shu'aib alayhi salam. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel so you never miss an adventure. See you next time. Salam.